They say because of that, a third of the Pentagon is inoperable. The smoke and water damage, they say, is what really has devastated a great deal of the Pentagon. The Pentagon, of course, 5 sides. There are 5 rings. They go A, B, C, D, and E. The E is the outside. That's the facade that was hit. The plane crashed all the way into the C ring. They say that the A and B, all the way to the center of the ring, imagine like a big pie, if you will, all the way to the center is damaged because of the fire and the smoke and the water damage. We talked to some of those rescuers who have been inside this footage that you are seeing that happened just right after it crashed. They got down on their hands and knees. These were the people that were okay. Got down on their hands and knees. They took off their clothes. They put their white T-shirts, the men did, soaked them in water, put them around their mouths, put their shirts back on, crawled on their hands and knees, and were screaming, "Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me?" There are a lot of men and women inside the Pentagon that helped rescue a lot of people by just crawling on their hands and knees through the smoke and damage.
You know, we know that there are 5 floors above ground, but we don't know how many are below ground because that information is classified. But you have to assume there's a great deal of office space that's below ground as well. And let's give you an idea of the size of what we're talking about. There are 131 stairways in this building, 13 elevators. You know, there are 7,000 windows. It's 6 million square feet of office space. It's a remarkable building. It cost $49 million to build back in 1941, and we're told it took about 16 months to build it, but it appears, I mean, I would just assume, if we got any estimate, Nora, on the cost of rebuilding, what it's going to take to do that?
Yesterday, the Pentagon said it will cost anywhere between $100 million and $1 billion to repair the damage that has been done by these terrorists. There is just massive devastation. Nevertheless, in this briefing today, they say they're not only going to repair this area that has been damaged, but they're also going to move forward on the other areas that are not been damaged and begin as quickly as can doing that renovation that they say will prevent, or at least protect, I should say, against these terrorist attacks. It could have been worse. That was the message today. It's just so unusual and so strange and ironic that it crashed in this area. They say it could have spread to several other areas of the Pentagon had there not been these reinforcements that were just the completion of just being done. They said, in fact, they were going to be done in November. It was the final date when they would have been done with this renovation, John.
I'm struck by what you said about the exterior of the building, because we've talked a great deal that there had been some improvements made to protect against some sort of attack. But I'm curious what sort of attack those improvements